I do things. I just do things. That has always been kind of like where I live. I have been known to take up back in the day on my Sony Handycam. I would just grab it and like get my coworkers and my coworker friends and be like, sit here and look into this camera. And I mean, we did all sorts of things. I subjected these people to all kinds of randomness because I just wanted to do things. I wanted to shoot things. I had ideas. I would write a script, or if I didn't have a script, I would have pieces of the script. And I was like, okay, I need everybody to do this, and I'm going to put scotch tape on your mouth, and you're going to look into the camera like this while he's eating. I mean, I had fun. I do things. I just do things. And I do things in the service of creativity and with the idea of being a filmmaker. That's where I want to be. I have scripts and ideas. I have like 9,000 thoughts for the 800 ideas that needs to come out of me before I leave the planet. I have manuscripts for books that I am putting out, stuff that I want out into the atmosphere. Resources have always been a scene, but you try and make do with what you can. I shot my documentary for 2020 Film Festival with a Huawei Light Y something 2017 model. I mean, you know what I mean? Like that and like a 2019 model. That's what I do. I do whatever's necessary because you use the equipment that you have in order to create the things that you want. Which brings us to AI. I will be honest, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan in terms of I've seen how big studios and people who are supposed to know better are not seeing artificial intelligence as a tool to be used in order to create or push creativity further, but as a jumping off point, or as a jumping point rather, to sidestep creativity and just spew things into the world. There was a time when you had dialect coaches. You don't need to do that anymore. You have your actor with his random Hungarian accent. And you know what? You put it into an AI platform so that it could enhance his... really? The 2023 strike, the SAG-AFTRA WGA strike. You're hearing executives and studio heads saying things like, well, we'll just do AI scripts and have a writer just come in and... smoothen it over. It's crap. It's nonsense. So I'm very not with it when it comes to certain things like that. There's certain AI platforms that I'm like, I see what you're doing and that's cool. But when it comes to actual creativity, I tend to be very wary about it. Which brings us to my hypocrisy. AI generated films, whether it is completely AI generated or it is AI assisted, does that make you a filmmaker? Does that build upon? Can you do stuff like that? Can you do AI generated projects as a means to jumpstart the actual project that you want to do? Recently, I came across 2 projects that were AI generated. One I didn't know was AI generated. It was this brilliant piece of animation. It was a story. It was really well done. And I said, kudos to the people and the time and the effort that they took. Now, they did take time and effort, but it was a 48-hour competition apparently, and they built this entire story from it. Now, these are people who would have done the script. They would have come up with the idea, the script. I think they did their own voice work. And so then they just use the software and the platforms that are necessary in order to create this whole thing. Then I saw another one, which was a completely AI generated film, and it fits thematically into the kind of stories that I want to tell. Now, I have my, like I said, I have my scripts and my film book and everything like that in terms of where I want to go and what I want to do with it, but I'm building and building resources. Whereas someone like them or someone like myself with limited resources can actually use the AI platforms in order to build this stuff out. Now, to be real, AI assisted platforms have been in existence for some time. Like, I did not study or, graphic design. So, like, when I needed to route pictures and stuff like that, I would just go up on like removebackground.bg or whatever, and it will magically remove the background, and I have the photo that I'm able to use. Even with stuff like CapCut, you can actually be able to just route the face out if you don't really want to go through the whole long process of doing it, by hand. This is a thing. These are tools that we use in order to build what we need to build, but to do an entire AI film, to put like your scripts in like DALL-E and build it from there is something that is both very intriguing. Because I will admit, I took a piece of a script that I had and I put it into DALL-E and I said, tell me what this will do. And it actually spit out some stuff. I'm not just using random prompts because, I want to do something creative. No, I actually have all my things layered. There is a short story and audio production that I did for school, but it's based on a bigger idea that I want to put out into the world. I'm sitting on there and I'm studying what are the odds of actually doing it. I have that going for me. Maybe I can get a couple of my friends who are animators, but they also have projects and things that need to get taken care of. And I'm not really one for asking people to do things for free when I know the industry and the economy that we live in. But I could do it by just putting it into, I say just putting it into an AI platform. My problem is, outside of the snobbery of my feelings, my poo-poo feelings when it comes to how people use AI, I mean, we're using ChatGPT for crying out loud to write letterbox reviews and acting as if it's some sort of therapist. My feelings aside, making a film completely out of AI, does that make you a filmmaker? The work that it takes, the stresses, and I use the word stresses, the stresses that's involved, because even up to last December when we were shooting the short film, it's like, get craft services. All of this came out of my pocket. So like craft services and trying to get band-aids in case anybody does anything right. I was able to hire a cinematographer to be able to do stuff. I mean, it was friends of friends. And so because they were friends of friends, they were able to give me like a way less money count as opposed to what they would usually charge. But I was able to actually do that. Thank God for freelance work, because I don't know how I would have been able to do it. I wanted a friend of mine to do a version of a classical track, but with a rock mix. She was able to do that, and I was able to pay her. These are things that are part of the filmmaking process that I think about, and I'm like, that's just how it works. That's how I'm able to build things. But now with the wonderment of the AI platforms, and I do admit I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, maybe. I hate myself for even thinking that, but maybe. What do you think? Because again, I'm not a big fan of big studios just being like, oh, you know what, we're going to sidestep the animators because we don't want to pay them an extra bit of money. They're already working 60 days a week to build out your Marvel movie. The VFX people, now we'll just use this company. This AI-driven company. Oh, you know what? We don't want to hire a dialect coach, or it's going to cost too much to bring back the actor in, so we'll do X, Y, and Z. But I feel like for small firms, writers who have entire manuscripts and want to put it out into the Etch-a-Sketch, like me, people who have stories, filmmakers of all ages who have projects that's there, and it's like, okay, I'll give it 2 years and I will scrape up every bit of money that I have in order to be able to do it, versus using these platforms. Does using AI make you a filmmaker, or are you less of a filmmaker by using it? You tell me.